This week, a premiere. IRONMAN 70.3 Zell Kaprun. Meet two Iron champions, Daniel Fontana and Gina Crawford. Follow two Kuwaiti female triathletes in their first half Ironman. Learn about transition, the fourth discipline. New to the Ironman Europe Tour, the IRONMAN 70.3 Zell Kaprun in Tyrol, Austria. Zell is not only famous for its crisp fresh air, but also the pure waters of the lake, claimed to be so clean you can drink it straight out of the lake. Zell was an unknown market village a little more than 100 years ago. That was till the railway was built, with Zell becoming an important station. The village grew and was declared a city in 1928. It's a tourist hotspot for skiing, hiking and outdoor sports of various descriptions. But this weekend, it's triathlon. At the Ferry Porsche Center at Lake Zell, the triathletes gather to chat, register and get their transition bags and check the latest tri gear. "36-year-old Daniel Fontana is the reigning Ironman 70.3 Italy champion. Two-time Olympian and the bronze medalist in 2008, it wouldn't be wrong to call him a short course specialist.
I think everybody who starts in triathlon has to do the short distance, to improve, to learn, to race, transitions, and then make the step to Ironman. Triathlon is an endurance sport. It's a hard sport, and always a race of 4 hours or 8 hours is about suffering. Will be hard.
Germany's Michael Görner is another favorite. He has many titles to his name and has a best of sub-8 hours for the iron distance. It makes the race exciting that the field is unpredictable. Many come from the short distance and others from Ironman and long distance to take their chances on the middle distance. Alessandro De Gasperi will be wearing the number 1, but isn't feeling the pressure.
I'm training for the World Championship in Las Vegas in two weeks. I think Daniel Fontana is very strong. Then also Alberto Casadei, both Italian guys and the best Italian guys in the distance.
Headlining the ladies' field and representing Germany is 2011 Ironman niche champion Sylvia Felt. She's been out due to injury and can't wait for her first start in 2012. The mental strength is the most important factor in the race. The doctors say my body has recovered fully, so now the head has to follow. Felt will be tackling the new 70.3 course with fellow German Sonja Teissich, who is having a successful 2012. I try to be in front. To be honest, my goal is to win. If it goes well, it should turn out like that. But there are 4.5 hours to race and anything can happen. You have to deal with that. Five-time Ironman champion with a total of 9 wins over the distance, Gina Crawford has never won an Ironman 70.3.
Yeah, I've raced Sonja Teissich 3 times this year already. So last race, a half Ironman, she won by about 15 seconds, and I was a minute slow in transition.
Zell and Kaprun are popular tourism destinations for Arab countries, but triathletes from Arabian countries are rare in general, let alone in Austria.
First, when we told our friends that we're doing Ironman, they couldn't believe it because they said it's crazy and no one can ever finish this kind of distance.
Najla and Dana are promoting the sport of triathlon in Kuwait and are part of the first Kuwaiti triathlon club, the 3 Club Triathlon.
People back home are very proud of us and they want to know what will happen tomorrow.
They train and race as a team.
Of course, having a friend by your side, and especially a girl as well, it gives you the confidence and the power to do it. 2 years ago, this was something impossible for me to even think of doing. And now that we're here and tomorrow is our half Ironman race, yeah, you can say that it's a dream coming true. Just finishing this race and the Ironman in particular, it's something amazing and stays for your whole life.
"8 a.m. race day, 2 hours before the start. In transition, it's the usual mix of emotions, from calm to nerves bordering on fear. Heavy rains overnight have resulted in a waterlogged field.
I know it's going to be a long day. I'm pretty nervous about the bike course.
I hope it will not start to rain. The rest will be okay then."
Ja, kommt dann schon. Look at the goosebumps. It's very exciting, yeah.
Pioneers for Kuwait, Najla and Dana, take their time in transition and soak up the atmosphere.
On my first Ironman, I'm feeling very excited and very scared at the same time. It's overwhelming.
The atmosphere here is really amazing. Everybody's focused on the race.
Training conditions back home in preparation for their first 70.3 were quite different.
Weather in Kuwait is extremely hot, and here it's cooler. So I think that's an advantage for us.
The athletes go through their final rituals, preparing every last detail to ensure all goes well for the race. Tire pressures will be a little lower than normal to provide more grip in the wet conditions predicted. The Strandbad Schüttdorf fills quickly, the athletes warming up, discussing the course. The heavy clouds darken. At least the rain will not affect the swim. Silence prevails just before the start.
Ja, Monza, Blick auf die Uhr, 18 Minuten noch bis zum Start.
Chances are slim of a dry bike, meaning the athletes will struggle to get dry and warm after the swim. While the clouds hang low over the lake, everybody is warming up. Najla and Dana are waiting for their wave start. It's a 1.9 kilometer, one-lap swim in Lake Zell, starting at the Strandbad Schüttdorf on the south shore of the lake. "10 o'clock, the first Ironman 70.3 Zell Cup run is underway. A top pro field with 600 age groupers from the first of 3 waves disturb the calm waters as they start their journey. At the sharp end of the race, the pros lead the way around the swim course. A triathlon cannot be won in the swim, but can be lost. It's a furious pace. The leading group of 2 cut through the water at an average speed of only 1 minute 8 seconds per 100. Adam Molnar leads Sebastian Rank. Behind them, a group of 6 with favourites Fontana and De Gasperi. Rank piles the pressure on Molnar, but Molnar doesn't want to give up the lead. Around the buoy and heading towards the shore, Molnar leads. In the chase pack, Fontana and the rest are keeping the leaders in sight, not wanting them to get away. The swim is the only discipline in Ironman racing where drafting is allowed, and the leaders form a line one behind another to enjoy the benefit of the slipstream. For Molnar, it's almost a start-to-finish win in the swim. But the top 5 pros are out the water only 11 seconds apart. With the Hungarian Molnar, 2 Germans and 2 Italian pros fighting to be the first on the bike out of transition. While the second wave of age groupers are halfway through their swim, the first women exit the water. Multiple Ironman champion Gina Crawford exits in second. First on the bike is Poland's Bugdol, even though she lost precious time in transition looking for her bike. Austria's Eva Vutti is the third woman out of transition and is starting the chase in the hope of an Ironman 70.3 victory on home turf. With the pros well on their way, the spectacle of the race and the first discipline for the 1,800 age group amateurs isn't yet over. Among them, Najla Al-Rashid. With a swim split of 35.30, she's happy the swim is over and can now enjoy her favorite discipline, the bike. After a slight delay at the bike mount line, Najla is on her way. 8 minutes after Najla, Dana arrives in transition. She takes her time to change from the swim to the bike. For this debutante, it's all about taking part and finishing. It's a 2-lap, 90-kilometer, predominantly flat bike course, set in the picturesque region of Zell am See, Kaprun, Maishofen, Bruck and Piesendorf. Through transition 1 and over the first 5 kilometers of the bike, 4 pros managed to pass swim leaders Molnar and Rank. Italian Alessandro De Gasperi took second at the Ironman 70.3 Italy earlier this year. Here, he hopes to go one better. After 14.3 kilometers, De Gasperi leads, followed closely by fellow countryman Daniel Fontana. For the leaders, it's a close affair, with no one seeming to be able to break away. Fontana fell behind, but quickly attacks again and passes Sean Donnelly. Donnelly rides strong and stays in the top 5 over the first 49 kilometers. Only 5 seconds separate the top 5 athletes at this stage of the race. In the women's race, Gina Crawford has raced into the lead after 14.3 kilometers and built a cushion of 53 seconds over second. Could Ironman 70.3 Zell am See Kaprun provide Crawford with her first 70.3 title? Eva Bukdal from Poland is fighting to stay in touch with Crawford, but the lead grows more and more over the first 58.3 kilometers. Lying third, Germany's Sonja Teissich seems to be enjoying her race. Only 2 minutes off the lead and pushing an average speed of 39 kilometers an hour, she is still in the race for the title. The 1800 age groupers are on their bikes, riding in what feels like a postcard, the beautiful Austrian scenery inspiring them to personal bests. Dana Al-Rashid trained in the dry heat of Kuwait, a stark contrast to the conditions she's racing in. For her Ironman 70.3, she purposely chose different scenery to further prove to herself that she is a finisher. The heavens opened and poured rain onto the pros. The lead group is still together, but Sean Donnelly shows his hand and attacks his Italian rivals. Sean Donnelly is first into transition 2, followed closely by De Gasperi and Fontana. Donnelly also departs first onto the half marathon, but with only 4 seconds separating the top 4, again, it'll be the run that decides the podium. Gina Crawford is having an amazing race. After withdrawing from the Ironman 70.3 European Championships due to illness, she was a late entry into the Ironman 70.3 Zell am See Kaprun. She seems fully recovered and is enjoying a 1 minute 40 lead after 90 kilometers over Teissich and Eva Bukdal. Sonja Teissich biked strong to gain 4 minutes after the swim on Bukdal and passed the pole shortly before transition. The rain was clearly becoming a major factor in the race for both the pros and the age group amateurs. With the pros already on the half marathon run course, the amateurs still out on the bike course would be exercising caution in the slippery conditions. In her first 70.3, Najla is fourth in her age group. She clearly displays an iron spirit. After the break, can Donnelly hold his lead off the bike onto the run? Will Gina Crawford secure her first 70.3 title? Witness Kuwait's Najla and Dana on their first ever half marathon. After the swim and the bike, the athletes lace up to tackle the 21.1 kilometer run course, which heads from the south shore to the north shore of the lake through the city of Zell. It's 3 laps of the scenic course along the Lake Zell. Alessandro De Gasperi is the new race leader. His high tempo sees him increasing the gap over Fontana. Earlier in the season, Daniel Fontana beat De Gasperi in Pescara at the Ironman 70.3 Italy, but it is now the turn of De Gasperi and Fontana can't follow. Added pressure on Fontana is fellow Italian Alberto Casadei, who is closing in. Casadei is looking strong. Coming from short course racing, he has lots of speed, proving that he can race with the best. Behind the trio of Italians, two Germans do battle. 23-year-old Andreas Streitz passes Donnelly. Kiwi Gina Crawford is leading the women's race. 5 years ago, she won her first full Ironman. Now, with a small advantage over Tysish, Crawford could make her first Ironman 70.3 victory possible. Tysish briefly held the lead after T2 but lost it to Crawford at the 2.6 kilometer mark. Flying along at a speed of 3 minutes 53 seconds per K, she's trying to catch Crawford. Eva Bugdal from Poland is lying third. Although she was first out of the swim, she could not follow Crawford on the bike. She is now almost 6 minutes behind the leader. Behind Bugdal, Germany's Sylvia Felt is trying to make up for her slow swim with a fast run. Despite the moody, dark clouds, the rain and the cold, the athletes are inspired and motivated to chase their Ironman dreams by the infectious warm spirit and energy of the spectators and the volunteers out on the course. Dana entered transition after 4 hours and 16 minutes. After racking her bike, it was off to the transition bags to change for the run. 6 minutes later, Dana steps onto the half marathon run course. Daniel Fontana, still in second, has 3 70.3 victories to his name already. Is he hungry enough to chase a fourth? Casadei in third is 1 minute 30 behind the leader. The crowds at the finish wait in anticipation for the first man to appear. De Gasperi's speed and strength on the run gained him a 2-minute lead and sees him crossing the finish line to win the first Ironman 70.3 Zell Kaprun. Daniel Fontana strides across the line in second. Alberto Casadei completes the all-Italian podium. Andreas Streitz takes fourth, a superb result for the short course specialist. A relieved Sean Donnelly finishes in fifth. Alberto Casadei produced the fastest swim, but champion Alessandro De Gasperi had the best run.
Normally I don't like very much the rain, but today was, I was in a very good condition, and I thought that it should be my day.
Alessandro had a big day. Was very fast in the running. I tried to catch him running, but I feel tired, and second is good.
Gina Crawford has been in the lead for most of the race. This 5-time Ironman champion finally grabs her first Ironman 70.3 title, crossing the finish line in a flying 4 hours 13 minutes and 24 seconds. Sonia Tysish finishes in a strong second place, only 43 seconds behind Crawford. Eva Bugdal claimed the final podium position. Tysish was fastest in the bike and run, but Crawford's consistency decided the win.
Had a great run out there, and Sonia ran really well, and I could see she was slightly catching me, so I had to really push it to the end. It's so exciting. I won my first half Ironman. It's been a long time coming, and it's just really great to finally get a victory over the distance.
Ich bin ein bisschen schlecht geschwommen.
I had a bad swim, worse than I think I can. Cycling in the cold didn't go well. I like warmer conditions. In the run, it just wasn't enough. I gave everything, and I tried to really push that chase. But in the end, those last 10 seconds just weren't enough. With 2 of the 3 disciplines done, the rest of the field keep moving forward with the finish line, their magnet, drawing them closer with each step. Regardless of the conditions, the athletes are cheered on by the massed crowds, providing a valuable lift and distraction along the way. Najla is on course to her first Ironman 70.3 finish. She knows that steady wins the race and keeps on moving forward. With her family and friends waiting, Najla finishes, proving what some might say is impossible is truly possible. Her first Ironman 70.3.
I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine. I never thought I would finish in this condition. thought it would be more difficult than that. I didn't stop, and I kept running all the 21K, and it's my first 21K ever.
For the age groupers, it's all about the finish. The time is often secondary. The tough conditions on the day will make the finish line celebration even more special. The weight of the medal even more significant. Dana, the second Kuwaiti triathlete, has not far to go. Finally, the dance down the finish line beckons. It's her moment to celebrate what she has achieved on this never-to-be-forgotten day.
The run was very difficult for me, but I did it.
We're the second Kuwaiti female to finish half Ironman. Very, very, very proud of her. She finished the race, she completed it, the whole race, and this is really a big accomplishment for her and for me as well.